There we go. All right, so good. We're recording now, so you can still hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right,
And
cool.
can you hear me good?
Yeah, man,
Alrighty.
absolutely.
All
Hey,
right.
so first of all,
All right.
introduce yourself.
So my name is Thomas Scott. I'm originally from North Carolina, small town called Pink Hill, one stoplight, about 500 people. And then, I grew up cooking, was in the kitchen a lot. And then I had some family up in New York, and they suggested the CIA to me. So I went up there one year to check it out, and I fell in love with the place. And then started school there, and now we're here continuing the schooling at Venable, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Oh man, I love that.
But,
So,
oh yeah, I'm also
go ahead. Pink Hill is in.
also I'm 20. Sorry, got a connection issue. Looks like
We have a bit of a delay.
Okay, I think we might be better now.
Where is Pink Hill?
Pink Hill, it's about it's on about an hour and a half from the coast. It's nestled between Goldsboro and Kinston, about halfway in between. Yes, sir.
Yes, I thought so. I mean, I'm in Waxhaw down south of Charlotte, but I've spent some time in Eastern North Carolina. I knew Pink Hill was familiar. So, well, man, that's a long way to go from Pink Hill up to the Culinary Institute of America in New York. Now that's, is that Hyde Park? Is that right?
Yes, yeah. It's like, so in relation to New York City, it's about an hour and a half northeast of the city. Getting up and towards close to Albany and everything, but right beside the Hudson River. So my first year I stayed in the Angel Dorm, room 321, and had the amazing view of the Hudson River. Wake up every morning just to see the light shining off of it. It's a very beautiful campus.
How long were you there?
So I started in, September of 2020. And then, my projected graduation date is 2023 of September. So after I finish here, which would be about another 10 weeks, and then I'll be going to back to schooling for another year.
Oh, so you haven't graduated. Okay, you're still in school. Very cool.
No, sir.
Okay, so
Yep.
you guys,
I get school credit to be here.
Okay, how long are you there? Is that something where you do that for a semester or a school year, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the way the schooling is broken up, you have cooking classes at the school, and then the school sends you out on an externship, which is a 14-week internship. You get to choose your restaurant you want to go to. You get to choose the cuisine. Some places pay, some places don't. So depending on where you can be going to get school credit and get paid for a 14-week externship. And you're there just to get some real world experience, get some, for people who haven't gone and worked in a restaurant or done anything with the hospitality industry, it's just to get their feet wet, basically.
So how did you go from, so tell me about that. You enjoyed cooking and everything, and then you visited, but that's a big step, man. Did you work in restaurants when you were younger, or just?
Yeah, so when I was maybe 12 years old, this Thai place called Ann's Thai, which is located in Beulahville, it's maybe about 10-minute drive from Pink Hill. It opened up, and it was a restaurant like no other around. All the places around Pink Hill, Beulahville aren't the traditional fried chicken, mashed potatoes, hush puppies, that sort of thing. So this authentic Thai restaurant opened up in Beulahville, North Carolina, and my dad was saying they're crazy. It's never going to make it. It's never going to make it. But they just celebrated their 10-year anniversary, so they are now a staple in the community. But I started working there when I was 14 years old, just as a line cook, when I was a prep cook first. So just chopping onions, carrots all day long. And then from there, I worked my way up through the positions as line cook, fryer, to one of the head chefs. So I worked there for about 5 years, and that's what really just catapult. That's where I learned that I want to be in this industry, and that's where I found my love for it, I believe.
Oh, that's so awesome. So you go up to CIA, and then you're here for your externship at Venable in Carrboro, North Carolina. How did you get connected with Drew and the folks at Venable?
So the school has a website called Culinary Connect, and it's a website full of different restaurants. You have to apply to be on there, but it's a restaurant recognized by the CIA as somewhere that they want to send their students. So, Drew, he went to the CIA. He graduated, I believe, sometime early 2000, and I believe that he went ahead as soon as he graduated and put his name on the list, or had Venable on the list. And then, so I was looking through the list, trying to find places. I was looking in Miami, California, a lot of places in Las Vegas, because the food scene right now in Las Vegas is very popping. But my sister actually helped me find this place. She went to school at UNC, and one of her professors loved Venable, loved it, and would not stop talking about it. So she was like, "You need to check this place out." So I went on the database, looked up Venable, and here it was. And I was like, shoot, this is right in North Carolina, close to home. I was kind of getting homesick for being in New York. It's because I was missing my sweet tea, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was on the website. Then I contacted Drew, and we connected, and he set it all up. And so I'm very, very happy and thankful for him that he's helped me get this far in my journey.
Oh man, Drew is a great guy.
Yeah, for sure.
I've gotten to know him, the last few years, and he's been on the podcast, and just have a lot of respect for him. I think he's a really cool dude.
And a very talented chef as well.
Yeah, very talented chef. In fact, I had not eaten at Venable until a couple of weeks ago when I was up there and with a buddy of mine, and we were actually meeting with Drew about some stuff, and then we ended up staying and having appetizers, and we had, I think y'all have like 5 appetizers on the list or whatever that night, and we had all 5. And
oh wow.
Yeah, because we had different places to go for dinner that evening, but
yeah,
we actually ordered like 2, and then Drew sent the other ones over. But boy, they were phenomenal. We had the one thing that was God, what was it? Oh, the calamari was prepared.
Calamari is
Yeah, it's a different way. It's not the fried like you used to, and it was like in this. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. It was.
Oh yeah, that's so good. Like you said, I'm used to the fried calamari, and I read the description. It's like couscous and some roasted tomatoes in there. I'm like, this is not the usual standard calamari we got going on here. And it's really good because my mom, she doesn't do a lot of fried food. She's more healthier, and she's also lactose intolerant. So having this calamari dish here just suits all her needs. She was tickled when she saw that on the menu herself.
Absolutely. Yeah, I guess your folks, you're not that far from home. They can come and visit. And so okay, so you had this great experience at the local restaurant, the authentic Thai place. You go up to one of the best culinary schools in the country, if not the, and you're up there in the middle of that now, and then you are going to be done with this externship soon, so you have another year, and then what's the plan, man? Is it to own your own place one day, or is it to move, like use your culinary skills to travel around the world, or maybe both?
So definitely want to travel around the world. Want to get all the experiences under my belt. I want to go to all the different continents, taste all the different authentic cuisines. But so right now, the plan is to after I graduate, stay in New York for a little bit, work under some restaurants, just get a feel for what I like, because I've realized so far is I want to be more in the home style eatery type of restaurants, more not the highbrow locations. they have their place for sure, but my tastes are more home style cookery. So going to go around, try different places, see what I like, and then hopefully get a stage under an already established chef and build up my reputation from there. And then hopefully come back to North Carolina. Hopefully Wilmington is my goal right now, and open up an Asian fusion restaurant there.
Nice. Okay. Good, man. I love this. This is a good plan. And of course, plans change, like you said, for now. But well, a couple things. One is, let's stay in touch, because we serve hundreds of restaurants up in New York, are our customers. And so we have a lot of good relationships up there. So as you're looking around, maybe there's a way we could connect you with some folks. I mean, I know that labor is hard right now, so I'm sure that maybe it won't be super challenging to find a job in a good place. I don't know, but I mean, there's probably still lots of competition in New York for the kinds of places you're wanting to be. And if we can help, I'd love to do that. And then, we're just a small crew, man. There's 5 of us, and I'm down here in Waxhaw, but three guys are in Wilmington. So we have a lot of love for that area, and man, that's a good place to be, my friend. So
yeah, for sure. So what is your company exactly? I don't know much about y'all. Are y'all restaurant suppliers? What do y'all do exactly?
Yeah, that's fun. I noticed that you weren't on so you're back there cooking with Drew, and you're on a short-term thing. So you wouldn't need what we have, but our company is called Schedule Fly, and we are a restaurant employee scheduling software. So when Drew or his GM, it's actually the GM, and I can't remember her name, a really nice lady. I met her when I was there a couple weeks ago. But when she sits down or maybe just the manager, but when she writes the schedule for the week, she uses our software. So instead of like pencil and paper or Excel or whatever, we have a web-based software, and then she goes in there, schedule in, and everybody gets their schedule emailed and texted to them and so forth. And just a simple monthly subscription software. And Venable has been a customer for a long time.
Super convenient, it sounds like, because I mean, I know in the past I have had so many headaches and issues with, the boss, I was supposed to go in, but the boss didn't tell me, or like the person I was supposed to tell me didn't tell me, and it's a back and forth of trying to figure out when I'm actually trying to work. It's not even messed up by going to work yet. It's not even going to work.
They forgot. Yeah, well, that's exactly why we do this, and those are the same. In fact, so there's 3 of us that are partners in the business here, and Wes Aiken, who founded the business initially, because he used to write the schedule at the Bridge Tender, which is down there in Wilmington, right there next to the bridge over to Wrightsville Beach. And 20 some odd years ago, whatever, he wrote the schedule, and it was, as soon as you put it up, there's like, you post it up, and then everybody's like, I can't work then, and then shifts are trading, and the schedule just gets completely changed, and it's just a mess. So the idea here was, like anything that changes, it just, it's all web based, so it's just real seamless and so forth. But get Drew to show it to you sometime, and
definitely, I will have to.
Yeah. So so we've been doing this about 15 years, Thomas, and we have about 6,000 restaurants around the country, that we're fortunate enough to serve. And so yeah, man, it's been sort of word of mouth, and we don't have any salespeople. We just kind of been one customer at a time for 15 years. But the reason I'm talking to you right now is because about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, we started doing a podcast, and we thought it'd be really cool because we serve so many awesome restaurant people around the country. We started out just interviewing restaurant owners, and that's how I got to know Drew. I saw he was a customer. I was like, hey, you want to come on and share your story? And so that's how that happened. And then lately on this podcast, we've been doing a series called Hospitality as a Career. And I've asked the owners that I know, hey, who do you have that is passionate about what they do, that's good at it, that loves it, that is making it a career, that would like to come share their story. And when I was there a couple of weeks ago, when I was with Drew, he's like, I got the perfect person. Like I know somebody that would be perfect for this. I'm going to, give you his contact info. And so here we sit.
Yes, sir. Yeah, what was I here for maybe 2 weeks, and he walks up to me and says, "Hey, you want to be on a podcast?" And I was like, "Well, shoot!" Since the pandemic has started, I've really fallen into love with podcasts, and I thought it'd be an amazing experience to be able to tell my story, my history.
Well, I tell you what, man, get on there and get, of course, your episode will be on there the next day or so, but it's called Restaurant Owners Uncorked. And you can, dude, we've done like 300 something interviews over the years. So if you're, dialed into listening to other owners from around the country, sharing their stories and all kinds of stuff, man, I think we're 320, 330 episodes now. And, it's good stuff. I mean,
Wow.
Drew is on there. I think he was on there maybe a year or two ago. But he may have been on there more than once. I can't remember. I think he's been on there twice, actually. I think he was on before the pandemic, and then I think we had him again during the pandemic because, of course, everything changed. And we were getting people to talk about how they were navigating through that. And now, hopefully, that if we're on the other side of this or coming close to it, then that'll be a good thing for the industry. And y'all have the industry as a whole has just really had to battle through a lot over the last couple of years. And so we just have profound respect for everybody that's in this industry that has made it through and tweaked and adjusted and changed and rolled their sleeves up and put their heads down and focused and fought and battled. And, it's just an amazing group of people. And so we were really lucky, we believe, to have the opportunity to share stories on here and share folks like you, because man, we just love who we serve. Like, we only serve hospitality people. We only serve independent businesses. We don't serve any big chains. Nothing wrong with that, but that's just not our jam. So we get to, a lot of people that, are just cool people like Drew, a lot of them out there.
Yeah. When I got into podcasting, it was around, like I said, the quarantine was just starting to hit. And I was listening to a few different restaurant owners podcast, and everyone had a different way of handling the quarantine situation. And that's what I love to hear about, was everyone's different experience and then what they were doing to adapt, because what was working for one restaurant couldn't always work for another restaurant. So everyone had a different plan set in motion, and just to hear the people's stories about how they were battling, like you said, it does create a profound respect for these owners having to adapt their whole business model for this time.
Well, you know what?
The industry definitely has changed. Mm-hmm.
It's changed a lot. It has. And it's probably ultimately going to be better off and stronger for it. And there's been a lot of good positive changes. One of them being, people are just having to offer more benefits and pay better. And just, that's changed for the employees benefit for sure. And really for the ultimately for the whole industry, it'll make it maybe perhaps more sustainable as an industry. But you're smart to want to travel around and learn, because not only you learn different cooking styles, but you'll learn different management styles and, different approaches to running a business. And then you'll take from, different lessons from different owners and different experiences and figure out your own way. I mean, there's one thing I've learned over hundreds of over the years. There is no playbook for success in a restaurant. There's no specific plan. It is, there are many ways to go about it. But typically the folks that are good people, that are authentic, that are genuine, that are honest, as in most businesses, they figure out a way, and they're successful.
Yes, they do.
One of them for sure.
Mm-hmm. And that's what kind of, one of the things I love about the industry is, well, not the change this time. This is, I'd say, with a change for the worse, but every service, no two services are the same. There's always hiccups, and not the same hiccups. And just experiencing that and being able to overcome those challenges is what makes me go into work each day, is what I love, is trying to create this new dish for a customer who has celiacs and is lactose intolerant. You have those challenges every day, and being able to overcome those is that what I believe is being a chef is all about.
Love it, man. If you got the right mindset, my friend, that'll go a long way. Being adaptable like that and having a growth mindset. And I think that's awesome. Your folks should be proud, man. You're doing a lot. You seem very, very mature for your age, much more so than I was at your age. That is certain. And
I know my mom would love to hear that.
oh yeah, well, I hope they'll listen. And I think you're a really impressive young man, and you got clearly a good head on your shoulders and a good work ethic and a lot of passion for what you do. It takes a lot of people a long time if they ever find something that they're really truly passionate about in life. So it's wonderful to have that opportunity at a young age to figure that out and know, where your head's at and what you want to do, and helps you have a really focused path, and you'll do great things. And, just keep surrounding yourself with great people like Drew, and things will always, they'll always work out for sure.
Yeah. Drew has been so helpful so far. He's let me create my own specials. He's just really watered me like I'm a seed. He's let me go off, and he's always there by my side. If I ever have a question, he's always there. But I think I was lucky to find my passion for cooking so early in life, because I feel like most people, they have a time trying to figure out what they want to do, and then they pick a job that they don't like, and then they're in that environment and they don't like it, and that's not good. So I'm so blessed to find my calling so young, and already be in the industry and working to work my way up the ladder.
What are some other places there locally in Carrboro, Chapel Hill that you like?
So I'm living actually in Cary, which is like about a 30-minute drive from Carrboro.
Yeah.
So that's where I know the food scene more, and around there. So I'm a quarter Chinese. I've grown up eating Chinese food, love all different types of Asian foods. And Taipei 101 and Taipei Cafe, I believe they're both located in the Cary area, but they are some phenomenal, authentic Asian restaurants.
Nice. Interesting. I'll check them out. My dad actually lives in Cary, so I'll check those out.
Oh, for sure. But up here in Carrboro, Venable, one and only. Y'all come on down.
Yeah, I like it, man. Well, you're right about that. I mean, Venable is the place to go there for sure. It's excellent. So how much longer did you say that you'll be there?
So let's say the CIA has 3 semesters. They have a winter, summer, and spring semester. So the summer semester starts April 26th. So I'll be going back up to school for that. So that's another 2 months or so.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll spend your last year. Next year's your final year. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you'll be there on campus, and then it's off to big adventures.
Yes, sir. Hopefully.
Listen, I do want you to stay in touch. I'm serious. Like if you, a year from now or whenever it is, if it's, when you start looking around in New York, if you need any help or whatever, just let me know, man. I'm very happy to connect you, or anything I can do would be more than happy to do it. And I appreciate you taking the time to do this very much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much for offering your services, because I know it sounds like a really good service, and I would definitely be in contact with you later for that. And thank you so much for having me. I've really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I did too. We will put the video portion of this up on YouTube, and then we'll have the audio portion probably up tomorrow, Wednesday at the latest, on the podcast. And Drew has all the details on that too. So, but tell him I said hey, and go for it, man. You're doing great stuff. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Things will work out well.
Will do, and thank you very much.
All right, Thomas. See you, man.
See you.